before I showed you guys how to generate a random number using PHP. So now I'm going to show you how to store that number into a variable and then use that variable to check if the number is less than or greater than 50 using if and else conditions. So this is what it'll look like. Your random number is 64 and that number is greater than 50, or your random number is 41 and that number is less than 50. So again, new file, let's just say test.php again, open that up, and you have to view the code. Open and close the PHP tags right away, and this time we're going to create a variable, and the variable is created using the $sign, and let's name this num, and then now to set what the variable is, you do equals whatever you want that variable to be. So for now we're going to use the random again, and between 1 and 100. So now we set the information that rand1, 100 is going to give us, and we set that as num. So you can also do this for things like text is equal to hello, and then you can echo that text, and now this look like this. So that looks just kind of pointless now because all you're echoing is something you could easily just type in HTML, but once you use more complex things, that is way more useful. But for now, let's echo our num just to see that it's echoing the variable correctly. And it is. So now we have that stored as a variable we can use an if condition to see what it is going to be. So if our variable is greater than 50, you have to put these in parentheses because this is the stuff that's in me. I don't know how to explain that. You open a bracket, echo your number is greater than 50, then you close the bracket. So this is saying that if our number, which is the random number, is greater than 50, the screen will tell us your number is greater than 50. Else, if your number is less than 50, it will tell us that your number is less than 50. And then you have to close the bracket again. You can also just do else echo than 50, and that just means that anything that isn't 50 or isn't less than 50 will fit into this category. And now this showed this. Your number is less than 50. Right now it's not showing our random number, so we can also do that. So echo your number is, then you put the variable in there, num, and then n. And I'm going to put a line break in here just to make it more visually appealing. And this will look like your number is 48, your number is less than 50. And you can also do things like, let's change this to a number between 1 and 2 and get rid of all this junk. And you can do if your number is equal to something, then that. So if your number is equal, for equal you use two equal signs, to, let's say 1, then you rock, I guess. Echo you rock. And show that. So you get 1, you rock, you get 2, nothing happens. And you can also set it between 1 and 5 and do multiple ones of these. So if your number is equal to 1, echo that. If your number is not equal to, for not you use an exclamation mark to show that. So if your number is not equal to 3, echo, oops, you have to put the brackets again, echo you kind of rock, and close the bracket again, and then to say else echo you suck. So what this is saying is, if your number is equal to 1, you will be told that you rock. If your number is not 3, you kinda rock, and anything else, you suck. So pretty much the only thing that you can get you suck for is if your number is equal to 3. So that was kind of a bad example. But let's just show. Your number is 2, you rock. Your number is 1, you kinda rock. And this is saying you kinda rock because it's fitting into both categories. You get the category of 1, so it's telling you rock, and it also is not equal to 3, so you kind of rock and you rock, which is kind of redundant. And your number is equal to 3, so, or your number is not equal to 3, so you suck, because that doesn't fit into either of these categories. So that's that. And also there's something else. No, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.